There's a story I want to share really quick as I jump this thing off. I went to a conference called Bold a few months ago at Courageous Church. My buddy Derek Mabin invited me there. He doesn't realize when he invited me that it was the perfect moment for me to go to this event. I've never been to a men's conference before. I did not want to go. What's funny about the story is he calls me. He triple dials me. Right? Derek Mabin on our CA sales team triple dials me. And I'm like, dude, what do you want? He said, I'm headed to a men's conference. I'm coming by and picking you up. It's on my way. I want you to go with me. I have nobody going with me. I really want you to go with me. What he didn't know is there were relationships in my life that had left. There were trials and tribulations in my life that I needed what was about to go down, what was about to happen, what I was about to be a part of. And so I'm like, oh gosh, like, what do I say now, right? I'd say no. Like, I don't show up, I just say no. And I'm like, I don't know, I'm hanging out with Lauren, it's Friday night, I'm at home now, like, I just want to relax, I had a crazy week. I had like 14 meetings on my calendar today, like, I'm exhausted. Anybody else ever exhausted? By show of hands, anybody else ever exhausted in your life, in your day, in your week, in your month? Sometimes we get exhausted. Sometimes we think we've hit a limit, a ceiling of how much output we have, and it's not true. You got more, I guarantee it. David Goggins says we never put more than 40% of our output out. So Derek invited me and I went. I did not want to go, but I went. And I showed up, and there were two of the most incredible speakers I've ever heard from. One's a local pastor here. And the other speaker travels around the world doing stuff like this. He's spoken Dubai and everywhere else. And he said something I still think about every single day. And I want you to think about you in this moment, where you're at right now, and how this applies to you. He said, you're just fitting in, but you were truly called to stand out. So maybe right now, in this moment, you're sitting on Zoom, you're sitting at your home, you're sitting anywhere in the world, you're sitting in your office, and maybe you are fitting in. Maybe you're just fitting in. But maybe you were truly called to stand out. You were called to do more than you're doing now. You were called to have more guts than you've been putting forth. You were called to break through in 2022 more than you've ever broke through. You were created for a purpose, on purpose, to make a difference in the world and to do more with your life than what you're doing right now. I don't care how much money you're making, right? I don't care how many people you're helping. You can do more because your family deserves it. The people in your life deserve it. The generations after you deserve it. People deserve it because I'm telling you, 4, 5, 6 years ago, I was average. I was subpar Cody Askins. And something woke up in me and lit a fire in me, and we're on a mission to unite an entire industry and a world and to do more than we've ever done. I mean, if you think I'm get up here and do all this crazy stuff and dance parties when I'm the worst dancer in the room and all this other stuff, and I'm participating and I'm screaming and yelling and I'm running around, if you think I'm always comfortable, I'm not. Someone just mentioned TD Jakes in chat. I think it was Nancy. What's funny is I listen to TD Jakes all the time, and he consistently says, if you're going through problems in your life right now, it feels like you're not going to make the next step. It feels like you're not going to be able to take another step. But he says, maybe you are just being tested for that next level of leadership. Maybe wherever you're at in your life, you feel like there's problems, there's not solutions. Your bank account is almost empty, or it's in the red, or it's negative, or you got credit card bills out of the wazoo, or you paid for college, or you got a new kid on the way, whatever it is, right? Or you got turmoil and stuff going on in your life. I'm telling you, you were meant for more. It's time to have some guts this year. It's time to break through, and it's time to stop fitting in when we can all stand out more. I can promise you, I'm going to look back in 12 months and not be able to recognize that Cody Askins is speaking to you today. I'm going to speak over 100 times this year. I'm committed to being the #1 speaker on planet Earth and passing Marlon Faulkner. I'm committed to doing more and being more and helping more people. I don't know what it is for you, what you want, whatever you ultimately want, but you can have it. The only reason why you won't get what you want is because you tell yourself you can't have it. Because you tell yourself you won't get it. Because you tell yourself your problems are in the way. Because you tell yourself you're not talented enough. Because you tell yourself you don't have enough guts. Because you tell yourself people don't believe in you. Because you tell yourself the people in your life are talking bad about you. Because you tell yourself every day that I don't have the guts to keep going. I'm not going to make it. I'm not good enough. I was not meant to do more. I'm not happy with where I'm at, and I'm not satisfied with me, and I'll never make it. And I was not meant to stand out. Which brings me to my first step of my 5-step personal growth formula, which is how you talk to yourself matters. Stop telling yourself you're average. You're not. Stop telling yourself you don't have skill. You're not. Stop telling yourself that you weren't meant to do more because you were. Stop telling yourself that you are not good enough because you are. Stop telling yourself you're not going to make 6 figures because you will. Stop telling yourself you're not going to make 7 figures because you can. Stop telling yourself you're not going to become a billionaire like Edward Pritchett in the future because you can too. We all can. The only limit on our life is us. The only lid that we have to our capacity is us. The only limiting belief that matters is the limiting belief that we tell ourselves. How you talk to yourself matters. And it's about time that you realize that you're committed to talking to yourself in a better way. That you're committed to writing down your goals every morning. That you're committed to telling yourself you were meant to do more. I'm telling you, it's kind of funny. When I write something down and I speak positivity to myself, and I write something down and I take action. I write something down and I take action. I write something down and I take action. I say, you can do it. When I write something down, I take action. When I write something down, I take action. You can do it. When I write something down, I take action. I end up achieving it. The book Think and Grow Rich is phenomenal, but you can't just think. But most of us struggle with the thinking part. It starts with how you talk to yourself. It's time for you to think whatever you want to be. It's time for you to put positive stuff in your head. It's time for you to talk to yourself like you are already a millionaire because you can be, because there's more people in the world in this industry that are. And guess what? You can be too. We got like 600, 700, 800, whatever's on right now of the next multi-millionaires in the insurance industry. And the reason it won't happen is because you don't believe it. The only reason why it doesn't happen is because you don't believe it, because you tell yourself you suck, because you tell yourself you're crap, because you tell yourself you're not talented, because you tell yourself you're not any good. But I'm telling you, you are. Who's feeling this? I guess it's afternoon now, right? Who's feeling this afternoon? Who's sitting on Zoom? By show of hands, you're like, dude, it's time for me to level up. If I want to break through, I got to break through. If I want to break through, I got to commit. If I want to break through, I got to do more. If I want to break through, I got to tell myself I was meant for more. If I want to be a millionaire like Nate offered, I got to start to act like it. If I want to drive Lambos like Jesse Park, I got to start to believe in myself. I don't care what position you are in your life. The only person that can change it is you. This event is cool. It can be life-changing. It has the ability to be life-changing. But if you don't actually get serious about that life-changing event changing your life, it doesn't matter what we say. Because until you believe it, nothing else matters. Number 2 of the 5-step personal growth formula, accept responsibility. I wear this wristband on my wrist every single day, and it says, accept responsibility. It's time for you to start blaming yourself for everything. I didn't say beat yourself up for mistakes. I said, if I don't make a sale, it's my fault. If the lead doesn't answer the phone, it's my fault. Cody, that doesn't make any sense. I don't care. People in my life are pulling away from me. Guess what? It's my fault. Right? People say hateful things about me online. You know what? Great. It's my fault. You don't have any money in your bank account, it's definitely your fault. You're not buying leads, it's your fault. You're not closing leads, it's your fault. You want to build a team, but you're not recruiting. Maybe you're not attractive enough right now to be a magnet where people are attracted to you. Accept responsibility for everything in your life. I don't make a sale. They don't answer. I get hung up on. They slam the door in my face. Right? I don't make 6 figures. I don't do this. I don't do that. It's all our fault. The moment you stop accepting responsibility, the moment you start accepting responsibility for everything in your life will get better. Stop blaming your upline. Stop blaming your sideline. Stop blaming your family. Stop blaming your friends. Stop blaming everyone in your life for what's happening. Quit blaming your manager when you fail because they didn't train you. Dylan, how many YouTube videos we got on YouTube for free that are nothing but training? Almost 2,000. I don't care if your upline trains you, I will. I don't care if your upline believes in you, I will. I don't care if your manager believes in you, I do. I don't care if you're broke, it's time to go about and fix it this year. So number 2, accept responsibility. You cannot end up where all these amazing speakers are without blaming yourself for everything. That's really hard in life, by the way, right? It's really hard. It's so difficult. You get in a car wreck, hey, that's my fault, man. I should have noticed you swerving and running red lights and driving like you were, about at a hill. Like, that's my fault, right? That's my fault. Blame yourself for everything. Quit blaming others. Quit complaining. Quit being negative. It's time to blame you. Step 3 of the 5-step personal growth formula. Show up. You showed up today. Now it's time to take this and show up this year. Like, you were meant for this to be the best year of your life. It's only February the 18th. We still got time. I don't care if you had a horrible January. I don't care if you had a horrible first 3 weeks of this month. You still have time. I don't care if you want to make 6 figures and you're at $2,000 for the year. If you're at 0, it doesn't matter. You control the outcome from now, from jump, from start. You're showing up here, which is amazing. Thank you. And I'm grateful that you are, because we love the support and we love spending time with you. And I literally got a text. I got a text from my mom earlier that said, if I haven't told you lately, I'm very proud of you and what you're doing, and I love you. Like, you need people in your life like that speak positivity into you. My parents show up every single day, whether they feel like it or not. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep showing up. You got to show up. When you don't feel like going to the gym, but you said you would, if you said you would, go. The alarm goes off. Stop hitting snooze. Jump up out of bed, because we're lucky to have a day that we have and be in an industry that we're in. Like, it's time to show up in every level of your life. Show up for your relationships. Show up for your people. Show up in your bank account, right? Show up to your appointments. Book more. Call more. Do more. It ain't that complicated. Like John Wetmore earlier said, man, he's like, dude, you know what? I can make this real easy for everybody. Buy leads, call them, and sell them. And he said, the event is now over. Dude, and he's right. It ain't that hard. You just got to show up and do and execute. The faster I go from idea to execution, the more popular and better the idea becomes, because I chose to execute, right? Like, there's a lot of days I don't feel like waking up. I'll fly into Orlando, Florida. I'll have to speak at a breakfast for a company at 7 a.m. and I'll get in at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. You better believe I don't feel like showing up that morning, right? But I've got my daily routine that I'm committed to doing. You have to get up and show up. A lot of you are so much better than you realize. You're so much better than you realize. Like, you were created, you were meant to do something incredible, and it's time for you to stand out. If you're fitting in your office, if they've got a leaderboard and you're at the bottom, climb your way to the top. If the leaderboard's up there and you're on the bottom, tell everyone in the office, I will pass you and I will be number 1 and I love you, but you are finishing second. That's all I did my first year. I committed to winning. I committed to showing up, right? I just committed to doing more. Step number 4, do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes. Obviously, to an ethical bounds, right? But do whatever it takes. My father's always said, hey, winners find a way to win, right? Winners find a way to win. You are a winner, whether you believe it or not, even if you don't feel like it right now, right? Like, even if you feel like, dude, I'm losing in life every single day. You probably are, because you're thinking you're losing every single day, because you're telling yourself you're losing every single day. You're still doing better than probably 6 billion other people on the planet. Like, it's time for you to start believing that you were meant to do more. But you got to do whatever it takes. That's number 4. You got to do whatever it takes. Like, you got to go all in. You got to commit. You got to do whatever it takes to win. When you don't feel like picking up the phone, have some guts and pick it up anyway. When you don't feel like getting out of bed, you got to do it because other people are watching you. Someone's always watching what you're doing. It's always happening. So we're going to do something a little unique right now during this event. And yes, right now, I'm going to get commitment first. If I told you to do something that would help you, who would do it? I mean, but all seriousness, who would do it? Let's see. Because some of you you're not fully there yet, right? Some of you are like, it depends. If it's good for you and it helps you, who cares what it is? True? Then stop worrying about the details. Here's what we're going to do. If you raise your hand, now you got to do it. Or you lied to yourself. Because it is better for you to do this. We're going to pull out our phones. We're going to go live on Facebook. And we're going to tell the world that 2022 is about to be your best year ever. That 2022, you're about to break through. Okay, so open up your Facebook app. We're doing this together whether you like it or not. Okay, I don't care. I got to move in. I got to come to Canada, wherever you're at. Like I told you, this will help you. This will benefit you. This will give you personal confidence. So we're going to click live at the top of Facebook. Type 8% virtual. Come on, Jesse Park and Nate Offer. You got to do it too, okay? Type 8% virtual in description. Type 8% virtual in the description, okay? And then start live video. And then when you go live and it goes live, here's what I want you to say. I'm created for a purpose. I'm about to break through in 2022. It's about to be my best year ever. I'm with 600, 700, 800, 900 people from around the world, and we're all committed to breaking through this year and doing whatever it takes. We are going to break through we're going to show up. We're going to accept responsibility. How we talk to ourselves matters, and we're going to do whatever it takes because winners find a way to win. It's time to break through. Are you ready to break through? Are you watching because you're ready to break through? Are you live on Facebook because you said you would do something? I don't care if you feel like it's awkward, you're out of your comfort zone, or it's weird. It's what you need to do. I don't care what you think about what I tell you to do. If it benefits you and helps you, you should do it. If you're sitting there, you're like, I don't know what to say this. I haven't broke through, but I'm about to. 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 I haven't broke through, but I'm about to break through. I'm sitting at 8% virtual, and I'm about to break through. It's time to break through. By show of hands, who's got a phone in your hand and you're live right now and you're breaking through, right? We got almost 1,000 people live on video all over the world, all over the globe, from Sri Lanka to Philippines to Puerto Rico to Canada to Mexico. I don't care where you're from, London. I don't care where you're at. We're breaking through this year. It's time to break through. When you go live, say I'm breaking through. When you go live, say I'm breaking through this year. It's time for me to break through in 2022. I'm committed to breaking through like I never have before. I'm going to grow up and be Nate Offert one day because I'm breaking through in 2022. It's time to break through. You need to believe that you're about to break through. Who believes that you're about to break through in 2022? If you don't believe it, it won't happen. Anybody realize that? Like if you don't do it, it won't happen. If you don't believe that you're going to break through, it won't happen. Right? Even if you did the Facebook Live, you still have to get up and write this down every single day. 2022 is my year. 2022, I'm breaking through. I'm hitting X income in 2022 because I'm committed to breaking through. Number 5. Also, type live if you just went live. I'm curious, okay? I want to see who actually went live, who also really committed, who wants to win, who's really going to break through, who doesn't lie to themselves and does what they say they're going to do. Some of you are like, dude, it's super outside of my comfort zone, but I did it anyway. You need to be out of your comfort zone every single day. Give yourselves a virtual round of applause for going live and being a part of this thing and sharing with the world that you're about to break through in 2022. It's the year of the breakthrough. I'm telling you, it's the year of the breakthrough. It's bringing me number 5, which is positivity only. Positivity only. This year, lose negativity. Quit talking about other people. Quit listening to other people in your life talk about you. You need to, instead of adding people, maybe you should delete some people. Instead of adding contacts, maybe you should delete some contacts. Right? Like it's time for you to only focus on positive thoughts. to only focus on doing whatever it takes in a positive way, to only focus on doing and saying and telling yourself you're about to be positive, you're going to impact people and you're going to break through in 2022. There's so many negative people in our world. If someone's negative on Facebook, unfollow them. Someone complains, stop listening. You have a family member that always whines. Maybe just create a little distance, right? Don't mean you don't love them and you don't care for them, you don't want them to win, but how you think matters, right? If you're always putting negative thoughts in your head and you're always putting yourself down and you're always thinking about how worthless you are, guess what? You'll end up being worthless, right? Like if you're so worried about not making any money and then you tell yourself every single day, I'm not going to make any money, then guess what? You're not going to make any money. The book Think and Grow Rich is about how they studied 500, Napoleon Hill, they studied 500 of the wealthiest people on the planet. And if they say that you should be talking to yourself in a positive way and thinking and writing down and getting serious, and the 500 wealthiest people in the world said that, then guess what we should do? It ain't rocket science, right? This formula is not new. It's out there. You've heard it, right? Now it's time to go break through. Who's loved today, by the way? Who's loved today so far? You're like, man, this is unlike anything I've ever been to. This dude in Springfield, Missouri is nuts, but I love it. These speakers are unbelievable, and I want to see them more. I want to hear them more, and I want to get to know them more. Well, the best way to do that is to click on the 8% deals leak that my team is about to post and get your ticket to come spend more time with us in July in Dallas. If you like it virtual, can you imagine actually being in the room? If you like this, can you imagine a live audience of 2,000 crazy, weird people just like you? Can you imagine the energy when you're actually in the room? You're like, dude, the energy's good on Zoom. Imagine actually sitting right here. We'll work out payments. Call our office. Work with our team. I don't care. I don't care if you're in London, right? Nate will pay for your flight. It's fine. Like, we need to get you here. We want to spend more time with you in July. It doesn't matter. Because if you know it's going to help you, start doing it. If you know it's going to make you a better person, then start doing it. Why'd you show up today? Because, Cody, you promised it could be a big event in my life. And it can be, but you can't just have one big event in your life, right? Like, you got to constantly be doing whatever it takes to win. I want to bring up real quick my good buddy, Tony Merwin, if he's sitting over there, okay? He's someone that has really gotten behind this mission. He supported everything we're doing. He's speaking at all the road shows with us, right? He's the number one networker and connector in the space, by the way. The dude is, man, he is. What has 8% meant to you? Why should they listen to this from somebody else other than me?
It's life-changing, 100%. And people have already said it. So, I mean, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but 100% it is life-changing. My life is nearly unrecognizable since the first day I met this dude. 100% true. And I was doing all right, but it's different today. Like, I showed up to his first event, arms folded, skeptical, like Roger Short said earlier, but I saw that he was doing something that was encouraging people, empowering people to change their lives, to move in a better direction. I wanted a piece of it. And now, anytime this guy calls me, anytime he invites me somewhere, I immediately jump on board because I already know what the outcome is. The outcome is a better version of me. And everybody wants, I hope everybody wants to be a better version of themselves. And if you do want to be a better version of yourself, you have to surround yourself with people that challenge you to be a better version of yourself. That's it. And that's an easy concept to buy into. So when I saw it and I recognized it, I bought in. And now I went from a free ticket sitting in the back of the room with arms folded to now I participate in pretty much everything he does. I'm traveling around to 10 cities in 10 months, 9 months, whatever it is. And then now I'm here and it's phenomenal. You guys have an awesome view here. You got to see what's on the other side of that camera. It's outstanding. I'm going to tell you about it when I get up here in a little bit.
Boom. Give it up for Tony Merwin. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
And you know what's so refreshing? Talking to people now it is attractive because they don't have to be driving around, 3-4 days out in the field, and getting no-showed and having all these challenges and being away from their family. They can set up a Zoom call. If they don't show, guess what? Next.